Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another Saturday Top 10. Today we have a recommendation from Opinions, Reels, and Bub Zero. So we're going to be doing the top 10 best maps in Treyarch Zombies history. This is only Treyarch. Now, I know like a lot of you guys are like, oh, here we go again with another top 10. This is my opinion. So if you disagree, that's totally fine. I know a lot of you guys like hated my list last week where I said Firebase Z is a bad map. I still have that opinion and some other ones, but this is going to be the top 10 best maps in my personal opinion. So if you disagree, just let me know why down below. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be Darice, and you can also include the Giant with this as well. Now, Darice is a really classic zombies map, and if you remove Kino from the equation, like Kino was never a thing, Darice would probably be the replacement for Kino because it introduced so many new things. It was so basic. You just kill zombies. You have to teleport all 3 teleporters, and it introduced Pack Punch, which was huge. It changed zombies forever, and that's why I think Darice is a great map. It has every type of playstyle. You can train in different areas, you can camp on the catwalk, you can pack a bunch of guns, which was revolutionary at the time, and it's just a great map overall. So Darice comes in at the number 10 spot. Coming in at the number 9 spot is going to be another map that kind of changed zombies forever, and that is the map Moon. We built up to that pivotal climax with the Black Ops 1 storyline, and when we finally got the realization that Richtofen was the bad guy all along and just wanting control of the zombies, it kind of changed everyone's perspective of Richtofen and kind of made me appreciate him more. And obviously that turned into the events of the Victus crew on Earth after it was destroyed and everything like that. But Moon at the time was really unique, and that DLC also brought the World at War maps as well if you didn't get the special edition of Black Ops 1. So it was kind of a crazy culmination of everything that we had up to that point, and it really like set the story in motion, and blowing up Earth was just an absolutely crazy thing at the time. So for that reason, Moon comes in here at the number 9 spot. Coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be Dead of the Night. Now, I know a lot of people are not fans of this map, and the reason I think a lot of people don't like this map is because they aren't either good at it or they haven't played it enough. Everyone shits on Dead of the Night, and I think it is honestly one of the best maps we've ever gotten when it comes to Treyarch Zombies. There's a ton of unique things in this map that make it really enjoyable. I think the Easter egg for one is really good. There's puzzles, there's different things you have to solve, which makes it a lot more enjoyable. The wonder weapon is amazing. It literally infinitely kills, and it's really fun to use. The different enemies on the maps, the Crimson Nosferatus, the red guys are really annoying, but you get used to killing them, and just the regular Nosferatus, and then the werewolf. Everything about this map is cool. Silver bullets, like the whole atmosphere of the map is really awesome, and I think it's a great map and great Easter egg. So if you disagree, that's fine, but you really need to play this map if you don't enjoy it, because chaos is awesome. Coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be another one that is probably controversial, and that is Call of the Dead. This map was the first map I ever did an Easter egg on, and it was the second. If you don't include Ascension, it was the first. Now, I did this Easter egg solo, literally the first time I played this map. I got it, the DLC, and like a few weeks later, I ended up doing the Easter egg, and it was so fun. It was really cool, and I literally kind of started becoming a zombies fan because of Call of the Dead. Having George and having the different crew that we had, the celebrity crew, just made this map even more enjoyable. And then when you add in the scavenger, which was fun, the VR11, which no one really knew what it was for except for the Easter egg, and then of course you get the Wonder Waff once you beat the Easter egg for killing George, which is cool. You get free perks that way, so you basically get every perk on the map. And I remember watching a bunch of different videos about this map back in the day, which was really enjoyable. And for me, that is kind of like one of my favorite maps because of that. I literally have a poster on my wall right in front of me while I'm recording this of Call of the Dead. It's just one of those maps that kind of changed zombies for me and made me become more of a fan of zombies in general. So for that reason, it's kind of special to me, and it comes in here at the number 7 spot. Coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be Gorod Krovi. Now, this map obviously was massive at the time. This was like the high point of zombies in my personal opinion. Before Chronicles came out, this was the highest point that zombies had ever been. Z-House was in full swing when this map came out. It was just so good to be a zombies fan. The map was crazy, having dragons flying around. The Easter egg was awesome. We had Nikolai 1.0 and a mech. The boss fight was actually super hard at this point as well. I mean, everything about this map was just so fun, and for me it still holds up. Like, I go back and play this map from time to time just in my free time, and I always enjoy my experience on this map. It just is one of those maps that's like so cool, and the scale is grand. It's huge when you play it and you feel like you're really there, which really is something that I feel like we're missing when it comes to zombies now. The scale is not as big. It feels more like lockdown and linear, whereas this map was just kind of way out there and off the walls, and that's what makes it so good. So for that reason, Gorod comes in at the number 6 spot. Coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be my favorite chaos map, and in my opinion the best map in Black Ops 4, and that is Ancient Evil. This map is so good for so many different reasons, and I can't literally nail it down to just one thing. Like, the boss fight alone is insane. Also, the Easter egg in general is fun, except for doing the challenges, but you can cheese a couple of them as well. And I've been speedrunning this map for the past couple weeks now, and honestly it just makes me appreciate the map more and more. The hit your mark step is probably my favorite Easter egg step of all time, besides maybe Sharpshooter from Buried, and I just love this map. Overall, I'm a huge fan of like Greek gods and goddesses and lore and stuff like that, so having all that packed into a map and having everything make sense because of that is so cool. Like, I remember Zeus released 2 ravens to find the center of the world, so when you release those 2 birds, they fly to the center of the world, which is the name of the area where Pack-a-Punch is, which just adds so much. It's so cool how they crafted this map to fit so well with the chaos storyline, and I really hope we get more of it because it was just so good. It was mentioned in Vanguard Zombies, so I guess we'll see where that goes, but Ancient Evil is a great map, and it comes in here at the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be Origins. Now, I know everyone, there's so many people that love Origins and think it's amazing, and I personally really love Origins as well. But I think there's 3 maps that are a little bit better than Origins. Now, the top 3, and even I guess Origins, could all be, you know, rearranged in different ways because they're all so good. But I think Origins obviously is so cool because of the Easter egg. If you play Origins, most people just do the Easter egg. It's like one of those maps that like you kind of have to do the Easter egg when you play Origins. There are other ways to play it, obviously, like high rounds and stuff, but it just feels like for me, whenever I play Origins, I have to do the Easter egg. It's just one of those things. Now, Origins obviously follows the Vorkuta steps from the Black Ops 1 campaign, Vorkuta, which obviously is so cool, and I love Origins for everything it has to offer. The 1,000-foot robots, the hype back in the day when this map came out. I mean, there's so many good memories I have playing this map with friends and dying different ways, like getting stepped on and stuff. So for me, Origins definitely deserves a high spot, and it comes in at the number 4 spot. Coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be Shadows of Evil. This map was hated by the community at the start of Black Ops 3, but over time it aged like fine wine, and we hear multiple people say this, that this map just got better and better with time, and it's crazy that people are still beating the world record on this map over and over and over, and it is widely regarded as one of the best maps of all time. The soundtrack alone is so good. The Easter egg, you have to complete the entire thing with friends, which is also kind of a plus for me because I like doing Easter eggs that you need a certain amount of players to actually finish it and get the cutscene. That adds enjoyment to me. I understand if you're a solo player and you don't have friends to play with, that kind of sucks, but like for me alone, it is really enjoyable. So for that reason, it comes in here at the number 3 spot. Coming in at the number 2 spot is Mob of the Dead. Now, I understand that this is my favorite map, but it doesn't mean it's the best map, and this is the top 10 best maps in Treyarch Zombies history. Mob of the Dead is my favorite because there's so many different things on the map that make it awesome. Just having all the different wonder weapons, well, I guess the tomahawk and the blundergat, and of course you can get the vitriolic withering and things like that. The characters make it really unique, the mobsters, the setting, going to the Golden Gate Bridge, crashing there. Like, there's so many cool things about this map that make it really enjoyable, and for me it's one of my favorite maps to play. The Easter egg is super easy, you can do it casually, and also you can speed run it, which is my personal way to play it that I enjoy the most. And for me, it's just a fantastic overall basic kind of map where it kind of added everything that we had gotten up to that point, and also kind of like set up Black Ops 3. Like, Mob of the Dead was there to set up things that eventually got turned, like Afterlife, into beast mode and things like that really changed zombies. We obviously got feeding the dragons on Darice, which originally was on Mob of the Dead, feeding the wolves. Like, all that stuff transpired again because it was so good, and at that point it was just a fantastic map and it was so fun, and it still is to this day for me. All right, guys, now we have 3 honorable mentions that I'm going to mention really quick. The first one is Zetsubo no Shima. Fantastic map. Treyarch had to literally rework the entire zombie system for this map, and that's what they ended up using in like Black Ops 4. They had to literally like recode everything. ZNS is a really cool map. The Easter egg's kind of weak, but everything else about that map is awesome, including the story. Next up, we have Mauer der Toten, the only Cold War map on this list. I think that Mauer was definitely the best map from Cold War, and it's still an enjoyable map when I go back and play it. And the last and final honorable mention is going to be Buried. I think Buried added a ton of cool things to zombies, and I love Arthur or Leroy, and the map is really fun to play, really easy. The Easter egg's really fun, and everything about Buried is just so awesome. I enjoy it every single time I play it. And now it is time for the number 1 spot. With Mob of the Dead being in the number 2 spot, you probably know what number 1 is, and that is Darice. This map literally has a perfect Easter egg in every which way. You have the quest for all the bows, just like the staffs on Origins, so added that part with the elemental weapons. You had to do the quest to get all that stuff done. There's simple Easter egg steps, like Samantha says something brought back from Moon, and all that sort of thing. So there was like a different thing brought from all the good maps that we had seen in the past, like filling the dragons, like I said, about Mob, things like that, and it just added it all together. And then it was the first map to have a boss fight, so that was insane. And then of course we had the crazy cutscene, and everything about this map was so good, and it really set the tone for what we could expect later on with Black Ops 3's entire DLC season. Like, all the maps in BO3 were great, and this was the first map that really made everyone realize Black Ops 3 is going to be the best zombies game of all time. And I think to this day it still is the best game. I would not say it's my favorite, but all the maps on it are bangers, and Darice definitely deserves the number 1 spot. So let me know if you guys agree or disagree with my list. I'm sure a ton of you guys disagree. Now, there's a lot of other maps that I could have included on this, like Kino, best map of all time. Jokes and memes aside, I think Kino's a pretty mid map, not really that insane or anything. And there are some other maps that I really enjoy. Like, I pretty much enjoy all the maps, even maps that I said were the top 10 worst. I still enjoy them. It's just really hard to pick maps for lists like this. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.